nothing left to burn. You know, the house next door to me's gone, our shed's gone, everything's gone. But my house burned everything.
I felt it was just numb.
Victoria's Black Saturday fires in February 2009 claimed 173 lives.
I think it took us all by surprise how quickly it came through.
The thing just exploded on us.
He said, get out of there, it's coming over, it's going to hit hard and you won't survive.
Sadly, the evidence suggests that many of those who perished so tragically were unprepared for just how dangerous a bushfire could be. Does your family have a bushfire survival plan? Would your family survive?
I've been involved with the CFS for many years, including as a volunteer firefighter. And over the years, I've witnessed some heartbreaking scenes because people haven't prepared their properties and themselves for the onslaught of a bushfire. This DVD is designed to help you help yourself by knowing how to prepare, act and survive in the face of a bushfire threat.
Bushfires have changed. They're becoming more unpredictable. They've got greater consequences. They're affecting more people. 173 people died in the February bushfires in Victoria. I don't want to see people in South Australia or anywhere in Australia dying from bushfire this fire season.
The Fire Danger Index goes up to a maximum of 100. However, the Wangari bushfire in 2005 was rated at 329. Proper Bay earlier this year was 196, and the Victorian Black Saturday bushfires at 220 plus. Now, a new national fire danger rating framework has been developed, which includes 6 levels of warnings, including the revised ratings of severe and extreme, where the recommended action is that leaving early is the safest option for survival. And the new catastrophic rating, or Code Red, where leaving early is your only option for survival.
On days of catastrophic fire danger rating, the message is clear. It carries the warning that should a bushfire occur, there is a high likelihood that people may die or be injured. Thousands of homes and businesses may be destroyed, and even well-prepared, well-constructed homes may not be safe.
Everyone needs to understand these ratings. Everyone needs to understand what they mean. People who travel, who work, who live in bushfire-prone areas must understand these ratings. They must understand the new warning framework, otherwise they'll risk making the wrong decision and their life may be at risk.
The message is clear and simple. We all need to rethink the way we think about bushfires. Whether you live in the bush, in town or in the urban fringes, everyone needs to be ready. It's not a matter of if there's a bushfire, it really is just a matter of when. There are 3 core messages to staying safe this summer: prepare, act, survive. In the next segment, we'll look at just how your family should prepare for a bushfire threat.
I'm a mother of 4 children and we have a property in the Adelaide Hills, so I'm acutely aware of the need for a bushfire survival plan. Our family's talked about it, we've discussed our plan, and you should too.
Because we live in a bushfire-prone area, we need to get together and put together a bushfire plan.
One of the first things you need to consider in your plan is whether you intend to stay and try to defend your property, or whether you plan to leave and leave early in the face of a threat.
Can we bring the animals?
Again, it depends on the circumstances of the fire.
But what about my toys?
Guys, if you've got anything special that you want to save in a bushfire, you need to make sure that you've got them in a special place that we can get to quickly and easily and get them in the car, okay?
Making that decision should take into account a number of factors. Whether you have any children under the age of 16, whether anyone in the house is frail or elderly, and also just how prepared you are, both physically and mentally, to cope with the trauma of a bushfire. Now discuss your plan, write it down and practice it regularly. Your life really could depend on it. Your plan also needs to take into account what you will do based on the fire danger rating. Each rating has a recommended action. Children, the elderly and those who are vulnerable are advised to leave well before bushfire threatens and should not be part of any plans to stay and defend your property. Bushfires also obviously affect schools, and school communities also need to plan for a potential threat. On days of forecast catastrophic fire weather, some schools and preschools will close and some school bus routes won't run. Parents need to prepare for potential closures and make alternative arrangements. You should contact your local school or preschool for more information. So, just some of the issues you need to consider. Are you prepared to stay to defend, or will you leave early before a bushfire threatens? Does everyone in your family understand the dangers of bushfire and how your plan will be put into action? Have you arranged appropriate car and household insurance? Do you know what you will take with you in an emergency? And have you considered how to deal with pets and livestock?
People need to consider, even if you've chosen to leave early, the circumstance may change. You may not have enough notice, so you've got to have a fallback plan. Some plans, even the best plans, may fail, so you've got to have some contingencies and some alternatives just in case you can't get out at that last minute.
Well before the fire season begins, prepare a personal survival kit for each member of the household, including a full set of protective clothing. And you should also pack a relocation kit if you're planning to leave and leave early. Don't forget those precious photos, insurance papers, any medications and a first aid kit. Regardless of whether you intend to stay and defend or leave early, you still need to do everything you can to make sure your property is defendable. Well-prepared properties have a much better chance of surviving a bushfire threat. Clear a defendable space at least 20 metres around buildings. Clear undergrowth and remove or burn off. Fill any gaps in the eaves around windows and door frames. Larger underdeck areas should be protected with non-flammable screens. You need an independent water supply, a minimum of 5,000 litres from a tank, swimming pool, dam or a bore. With your power supply likely to be interrupted during a fire, a petrol or diesel pump is essential, and you need to train everyone how to use it. Make sure your hoses are long enough to reach right around your home. Make sure you have appropriate firefighting equipment. Make sure your property has cleared access for fire trucks. And put together a bushfire survival kit and keep it accessible in the house. You'll find all the details of what you should include in that on the CFS website. It's quite a bit to consider and some very important decisions to be made. The CFS Bushfire Survival Plan can also be downloaded from the CFS website, or a call to the Bushfire Information Hotline can guide you through creating a plan specifically for your family's very individual needs and circumstances. So please don't put it off. Plan and prepare now. Next, we'll take a look at how you should act in the face of a bushfire threat.